Hello everyone, welcome to the reality of maths. How can we solve this question in a very simple and easy way?
The third method, which is the quadratic formula method. This is used when the question is very difficult to factorize. Then we apply the quadratic formula method. Quadratic formula method, which simply gives the formula as x equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b square minus 4ac all over 2a. Now this is the formula for the for the quadratic formula method, and where we have this b, a and c, I'm going to show you now. We have the question 2x square minus 5x minus 3 equals 0. Now for the a, we have it as 2. The a takes the coefficient of the x square, which is what? 2. For the b, we have it as minus 5. B takes the coefficient of x, which is minus 5. And for the c, we have it as minus 3. So c is taking the constant number, which is minus 3. So this is how we bring out all our a, b and c. Then after we now have this a, b and c, we can now solve the question. We have x equals b is minus 5, not minus b. So I have minus, then I now put my minus 5. Remember, this minus comes with the formula. So why the second minus come with the 5? Then plus or minus the square root of minus 5 all squared. Now this is not, there's difference between minus 5 square like this and minus 5 all squared. So these are not same number. This one, the answer here is minus 25. Why this one, the answer here is plus 25. So they are not the same number. So let's be careful. Anytime we have this kind of thing, we should always bracket it together with the minus. Let's continue. Then we now have minus 4 times, what is a? A is 2 times 2 times, what is c? C is minus 3. Then all over 2. What is a? A is 2. Therefore we have minus times minus. Our minus times minus gives us plus. Then I put 5. Then plus or minus the square root of minus 5 square, which is 25. I have it as 25. Then now let's be careful here. This one, they are together. So if I have a multiplication inside this bracket, this means I want minus times this minus, and minus times this minus gives us plus. So 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times 3 is 24. Then all over 2 times 2 is what? Is 4. Then we have x equals plus 5 here. I can also write it as just ordinary 5 plus or minus the square root of 24 plus 25, or 25 plus 24 gives me 49 all over 4. And using your calculator, we have x equals 5 plus or minus the square root of 49. The square root of 49 using your calculator is 7 times 7, which is 49. So therefore the square root of 49 is 7. So I have it as 7 all over 4. Now since I'm having this plus or minus, and from what I've taught you in the method of completing the square, anytime we see plus or minus, it means you have to divide or have to separate the question into 2. So I'm going to have x equals 5 plus 7 over 4, or 5 minus 7 over 4. Then we have x equals 5 plus 7 which gives me 12 over 4. Or now this is a positive 5, so a positive 5 minus 7 is minus 2. You can either use your calculator here, then over 4. Finally, we now have x equals 4 here 1, 4 in 12 is 3, 2 here 1, and 2 in 4 is 2. So I have it as 3 or minus 1 over 2. So this is the final answer to this question.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and follow us on every of our social handles. And if you want to watch a full tutorial on this topic, visit our YouTube channel. Thank you.